of the feature match area. That's where you'll find Caleb Scherer on your right with Storm. And Chase, unfortunately, is on 5 cards with Escape Shift deck, and he is scried to the bottom. So these players will be given the green light, and we'll be underway here in just a moment.
Yeah, 5 cards, not a lot to work with. It looks like Caleb has cut. I'm trying to remember the name of the card.
What you got?
The Phyrexian mana, 1 white and 1.
Oh, Apostle's Blessing.
He was rocking 1 Apostle's Blessing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially free to cast, just 2 life, when you have the cost reducers on the board.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tricky because people just do not see it coming.
That's actually kind of a cool aspect of his deck that I liked when he was doing that earlier. But as you mentioned, he's not doing that any longer.
Well, it's possible that the metagame has shifted to where he feels like he doesn't want that card as much anymore, or it was just underperforming in general.
It's a Thought Scour here from Caleb. Now he'll draw a card. There's another copy of Shivan Reef, and he'll simply pass the turn back.
Ooh, those look like Apocalypse Shivan Reefs.
You are correct, sir. It was back during your days here as an
Oh,
explorer.
yeah. Played a lot of Magic then. It was a blast.
Not so much during my day, Craig's day. I'm going back over to Caleb here. Third one, jeez.
Well, there's 1 in the bin.
It's getting a little painful here for our Storm player.
Yeah, the last one's in the graveyard, so he's seen all of them already.
He's all done with those, I guess. Jeez. Getting a little ugly out here for Caleb. Oh, there's Chandra. That's going to resolve. And I think we're going to be going up there. So up, reveal, prime time, take 2.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
Yep, and both players should know what's going on now.
If it wasn't clear before,
yeah.
You think that it is now. Okay, noted. Let's see what we got here.
Well, we've seen some pretty wonky decks from time to time. I forget what we call the red-green Panza or like...
Oh, like the Acid Moss deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, just red-green. Let's call it just green-red land destruction. Yeah. With Blood Moon and Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl and stuff.
Potentially it was something more along those lines.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one we haven't seen for a little bit, I will say that. But I do remember and know which deck you are talking about. I say it so negatively, but...
Well, it wasn't the strongest deck.
I've seen better.
But it does just get people sometimes.
That's also true. Here's Gifts Ungiven, aided with a little help from Pyretic Ritual. Sometimes you really got to work to cast that blue spell.
Yeah, you took 2 damage and used 2 cards in order to get 2 cards back.
But we got there. We got there.
He's going to give him the 2 rituals.
Could be some risky business there.
Yeah, seems a bit risky to me.
All right, let's go back to Caleb now. The one thing that Caleb is missing at this point is a cost reducer, but for how long? Question answered. There's Baral. Can he go off?
Well, it looks like he's going to try.
Here's Pyretic Ritual. Caleb needs some handy-dandy mana counters, and we're going to keep track of the spells now, too. That's spell number 2.
Yeah, hopefully they'll get out the tiles for us and help us out and help the viewers at home out as well. There we go.
And there's Caleb's Storm counter, which, of course, he earned by winning that Invitational in Las Vegas a couple of years ago to qualify for the Players' Championship. So two spells right now. Baral is 1. Pyretic Ritual is 2. It looks like Caleb might do all the work for us here. The big question is just how many Metamorphosis does he have? He has at least 1. Remember, these are going to cost 1 less, so they're going to generate mana and colors, which is what he needed. Picked up a copy of Sleight of Hand. That's spell 3. Oh, Metamorphosis spell 4. Yeah, that's a big deal. This is making things a lot easier here for Caleb now. Where do we go next? We go to the Desperate Ritual. And now here's Gifts Ungiven. I think it might be time for a pass in Flames, my man.
I think he already has one in the graveyard from the first gifts.
Well, that might make things even easier then. He might just go ritual crazy here too, which is he can go pyretic.
Yeah, if he gets 3 rituals and whatever else he wants, a grape shot maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's going to have all the pieces he needs.
Not too tough for Caleb this game, it appears.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to just spend a lot of time dirtling around setting up, and then the opponent tapped out. And he's like, all right.
Good. Pounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have a 4th land drop this turn, which is one of the things that's so impressive about this Storm deck. It needs so few resources in play to start doing what it does.
Yeah, I guess it is worth noting that he still does have a land that he can play if he works himself into one. It's funny, Storm, as you mentioned, it can look impressive at times. No doubt about it. Not always, but it definitely can look impressive. Well, Caleb's got plenty of mana to work with, plenty of Storm to work with.
Yeah, he's going to cast so many spells. He's going to draw a bunch more cards with those Manamorphoses. And
Caleb says, look, I'm going to do this. And Chase says, okay, I don't need to watch this anymore. I know I'm pretty dead. And Chase was on a mulligan of 5 there anyway, so he just simply concedes the game, saves us all a little bit of time.
Manamorphi. Maybe it's Manamorphi.
It could be. Manamorphoses.
Metamorphes? I don't know.
Ranunap.
Yeah.
Ranumap ruins.
You're getting further.
Ran.
R-A-M.
Ram. Ramunap.
Bang! We nailed it on that one.
Ranunap
Wow.
ruins. Caleb's up a game, by the way, as we take a look at the sideboards here. We're going to go to Chase, see if he's got any Storm haters. He's got 3 Obstinate Bailoff, 2 Nature's Claim, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, a Roast, a Beast Within, a Tireless Tracker, Chameleon Colossus, a Primal Command, a Relic of Progenitus, an Anger of the Gods, a Reclamation Sage. Not a lot of hate here.
Not a lot. I mean,
no.
We might see the Roast come in as another cheaper way to get these cost reducers. The Relic of Progenitus definitely needs to come in. A lot of these other cards are not exciting. I mean, potentially you might just bring in this Beast Within, try to hamstring Caleb by just taking out a land at some point.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest way to go about doing it. I mean, take out a land, take out an Electromancer or a Baral, something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing. And I think he's got a lot of nothing in his sideboard here, does Chase. Now we take a look at Caleb's sideboard. 3 Lightning Bolts, 3 Shattering Sprees, 3 Empty the Warrens, 2 Swan Song, 2 Dismember, 2 Pieces of the Puzzle. Maybe it's just Swan Song?
Yeah, I don't know what he wants for this matchup. Maybe Swan Song. Maybe brings in some Empty of the Warrens. Probably not. You know, he's playing against a red opponent who likely will have some sort of sweeper effect.
Okay.
But maybe he puts Chase to the test here. He just brings in the 3 Empty the Warrens, makes him, have not sighted out the sweepers, and then he has to draw one as well.
Potentially. Yeah.
But also, I mean, without a whole lot of disruption out of the opponent's side, I would prefer Caleb just stick with his A plan.
Well, I don't feel like he needs to change much. I mean, we're kind of just looking at a race here, and he just needs one of those cost reducers to stick. He got Baral to stick, and he just killed him immediately.
Yes.
So that's really all the matchup feels like what it's about initially.
Sure, but his hand was quite good there, too.
That's also true. So we'll see how things do shake out here for these players. In the meantime, we got the Jolly Roger, the Jolly Rover. Jolly Roger's in Pittsburgh for the Pirates. The Jolly Rover is in Roanoke, Virginia with StarCityGames.com. That's our newest edition of the StarCityGames.com pre-release playmats program. And if you want to have this awesome playmat at your store, you don't have a lot of time left, but you can find out more about that right now.
Say hello to the newest member of the StarCityGames.com pre-release exclusive creature collection, the Jolly Rover. Illustrated by fan favorite Andrea Radek, this motley crew is ready to set sail. Want this limited edition playmat at your pre-release? Have your local store contact StarCityGames.com by August 7th to get signed up. Visit go.starcitygames.com/pre-release to learn how to make your pre-release brave the unknown with the Jolly Rover.
Now, your Ixalan pre-release is going to be September 23rd and the 24th, which is going to get here a lot faster than I think anybody realizes. But if you want to sign up and you want to have your store sign up for that, you got to contact Star City Games, and that's by August 7th, which, quick little calendar check. Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday.
That's quick.
That's quick. So if you want to have your store, make sure you do get in touch with Star City Games. We'll get that taken care of for you. The Jolly Rover, drawn by Star City Games' own Andrea Radek.
Pirates?
Dinosaurs.
And dinosaurs.
So here's what I think is going to happen. There will be pirates, there will be dinosaurs, and there will be a third creature type, and that's what's going to run wild. That's my thought.
Okay.
Just like, there's always like an underlying creature type.
Are you always just holding out hope that like the Kith can show up again?
Be better than a Kithkin joke. Be better than a Kithkin joke.
It wasn't a joke.
Be better.
How was that a joke? Why are you so sensitive about these Kithkins?
I'm not defined by Kithkin.
Okay.
I'm not defined by those white creatures that carried me to a Pro Tour top 8. I'm not defined by them.
What are you defined by, if not them?
Next question. I don't have an answer to that question right now.
That's fair.
Search for Tomorrow's down to 1.
I didn't mean to pressure you too much.
Sakura Tri-Belter showing up. I like snakes too. I think that there will be clay monsters in the next set.
All right.
Creature type clay monster.
Why not?
Yeah, that's what I want. Clay monster tribal. Tried briefly for vehicle tribal. Didn't really work out. The Marta vehicles was still fine. So I want clay monster tribal. That's what I want.
All right. How many clay monsters are they going to have to ban?
They've already got like that. They've already got like that desert that you can activate by removing a land from your graveyard.
Yep.
So it's like kind of like a clay monster, but it's more like a desert monster.
Sure.
Because it's not made out of clay. But you get what I'm saying. We need to make clay monsters happen, like Clayface. Like, why can't we just have like a clay lord?
What was the clay card back in the day? In like 4th edition.
Primal clay.
Primal clay. You got a 1/6 wall, 2/2 flyer, or 3/3 boring McBoring.
Hill giant, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to just improve on that. That's all. I said bang.
There it is.
It's not even creature type. It should be creature type clay monster.
I'm a little unhappy that we have an M13 one instead of...
Oh, you wanted the old, disgusting one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we might be able to dial that up. There you go. Is that better?
That is spectacular.
Is that better for you?
I love this.
There it is.
It's like I'm just learning to play Magic again.
1/6 wall, 3/3 creature. There should be like a clay artificer. All of it. Just a little there's always underlying themes in like every set. So I just want like an underlying theme for Ixalan. It can still revolve around dinosaurs and pirates.
Clay monsters?
Yeah.
Oh, they crawl out of the dinosaur dung? Like, where are you
going with this? I don't know where the clay comes from.
Okay.
I have no idea. I haven't thought that far ahead. Just saying. I like clay monsters.
All right, not a lot happening in this game here.
No, I mean, Scapeshift's doing its thing. 6 lands. It has Primeval Titan, so I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if we don't see it here shortly.
Well, I think he's reluctant to tap out like he did last game and just lose instantly.
Well,
which is understandable. If he has a lightning bolt or something like that in his hand, I could see why he wouldn't want to tap out.
That makes sense if you're Chase a little bit here. It depends on the contents of his hand. He's going to search up a Cinderglade, but look, I'm here to get my opponent dead if I can. That's what I'm here to do.
Listen, if you could sit on a lightning bolt and still play that bad boy next turn,
might be okay.
It might be the better play. And he's given this a good look over, so I'm glad he's taking the time to consider all his options.
Absolutely. As we can see the Primeval Titan, I think there's also a Scapeshift in hand too. Even though Scapeshift is clearly not lethal at this point. Let's see what this is going to be.
Might be the Titan.
Oh, Wood Elves? No. Yes? Yes.
Is that the Beast Within?
That's a Beast Within. Okay. It's a different art on Beast Within.
That is a different art.
It actually kind of looks like a Wood Elves art. So there's that. There it is. It's actually pretty cool artwork.
That is a Beast Within, huh? Jeez.
So Caleb's going to set this up again, which is Pyretic Ritual into Gifts Ungiven, something we saw from him in the last game. That was a game winner. It is kind of this backdoor interesting aspect of this deck that you can Gifts on 3. You get to use a Ritual to do it, but then ideally you're able to untap, play a cost reducer, and go nuts like he did in game 1.
Yeah. It's going to be a little harder for him to do it this game. You know, Chase is leaving some mana up, so that's a little worrisome for Caleb. He's losing a land right here.
But he gets the 3/3.
But he does get to start attacking.
Really good against Valakut.
Well, if you're the Storm player and you ever just draw double Grape Shot, you can generate enough cards, just straight spells, to kill an opponent after you've attacked him a few times with a 3/3.
Yeah, not too tough. Not too tough.
The question is, will he have enough time to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, he might just untap and win the game again.
Seen him do it before.
Yeah.
Might see him do it here in just a moment. Well, time to split him up, Chase. What are you going to be so nice to give Caleb Scherer, the Storm Master?
He's not sure. All right, I like this.
Well, I'm never giving my opponent Manamorphose.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Now there's a 3/3. Todd Anderson in the house.
Hello, Todd.
All right, let's go to Caleb.
Man, Star City just has a sweet token for everything. Huh?
I know. Todd's beasting right now. Todd's getting riled up. He's ready to give beatdowns. He can't wait any longer. Rawr. Hi-ya! In for 3. Chase down to 15. Now it might be time for a little math, perhaps. Caleb will play a Steam Vents tapped and just pass the turn back, so it's not time to go just yet. Let's go over to Chase. Wooded Foothills, the draw. Prime time, baby. So Chase took the opportunity to slow him down a turn. We'll see if it paid off or not, because he could have played Primeval Titan last turn. Couple of mountains. He had 3 already, so he gets 2 more, which means Valakut is now active. So every mountain now is going to be delightful. And Chase will pass the turn back over to Caleb. Caleb will untap his beast token, and that's Steam Vents.
Yeah, now I really expect Caleb to just go for it. He's not going to get another turn.
Well, if things go the way Chase wants him to go, he's not. And Chase is crossing his fingers and hoping he gets to untap. So let's see if Caleb can do the job here. There's Pyretic Ritual.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to do this without any help.
Oh, no cost reducer, but maybe he doesn't need one. Past in Flames. All right, out of mana. Spell 3. We know he's got a Grape Shot in hand. He's going to start fanning out that graveyard. Pyretic is spell 4. Desperate is spell 5. Pyretic is spell 6. Desperate is spell 7. Manamorphose is spell 8. Little blue mana here for Caleb. Yes. Draw a card. Shivan Reef. Grape Shot is spell 9. And grape shot spell 10. And we're all done here, Craig. No muss, no fuss. Caleb Scherer going to win this match over Chase Bahne. 2-0. Storm, always storming, never not storming, is 7-1 here in Syracuse. That was easy.
It really was. You know, that game he just drew all spells. All spells, cast all the spells, cast the double